Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. And today I want to take a deep dive and open up myself and my heart and share where my journey has taken me. I'm kind of scared because I know I have some family members that are not going to agree with where I am today spiritually, and but I know they love me, and I know that um, I I have hopes that my family is mature enough to just let me go on my journey, and if I crash and burn, I will be honest and say so. But I think that I would really like to be completely honest in this portal, in this container that I'm creating, so that you feel that you can also be honest and vulnerable with yourself. And, as a process of growing, that's the process of growing. So, I am going to share with you how I grew up, in my different experiences with spirituality, um, because I think it's important for context so you guys know where I've been. I'm not a guru, I'm not an expert on this. I'm still learning a lot, but I am at a place that I feel very good, very at peace. I have found what works with me and what resonates as true for me. So let's get started. So I was raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and my mom and my dad got divorced when I was 2 years old. My mom started right away, basically. I think there was overlapping of the next relationship. And so she started living with, I had a stepdad way from the beginning. And then the stepdad drank a lot and hit my mom. And, there was always a six pack in the fridge. And he would pretty much drink a six pack every day. And but Sunday was the carnival basically, because Sundays when we went to his family's house and he came back, and it would be um, depending on his mood, but I would say very often he would hit my mom over something or the other. I don't know, remember what it was, but all I remember is that I would just kind of hide in my room. Many times, my grandmother would just stay with me and take me around San Juan. We would go to her church. And I started going to a Catholic school, which was Sacred Heart in San Juan. I don't think that it exists anymore. I know the church exists. I'm not sure that the school exists anymore, but it was, I loved going to that school. And so my roots in the spirituality was learning both areas. My grandmother was like a born again Christian, um, angelic type. Like, it was very mellow, not the born again Christian that we came to know now in the popular area. It was more very calm, very soothing. I'm not even sure exactly. I think there's a name for it, but it escapes me right now. And it's not really important. The important thing is that from my childhood, I started learning two different thought process. So the Catholic, I learned about going through the dogmas of Catholicism and the experiences, and the activities related to being a Catholic, getting baptized and getting confirmation, and and all those different things, and confessing your sins to a priest. And so I went to Catholic school, so I had all of those, and I had to I don't think I got to do the confirmation because I only attended until third grade. But I know that my mom felt she had to get married to her second person because, you know, I was going to Catholic school, and so she got baptized in the Catholic Church, even though she didn't attend, and got married, with this second person, kind of to try to get things where it was not frowned upon. We're talking about, in the 70s, like early 80s. So, no, the 70s. It was definitely the 70s. So, like 78, 79. So, I was raised with uh kind of like it started like a holistic thought of God, where I understood that God was in the Catholic Church. Like I walked into church and I felt it, and then I would go to my grandma's church, and it was all Bible based, and I felt it there too. And so my grandma's church being Bible based, I learned a lot about the Bible, and I remember memorizing passages, and like we would be tested in the little kids group to make sure that we learned it. And and my grandma always made sure that I went prepared to church, and that we would practice at the bus. The we would recite it again and over again until I memorized it. And so I did learn a lot about the Bible. And at Catholic Church, I understood the the other side of it, the side of serving God through processes. And I actually became at one point, which is funny when I look back, but at another Catholic church in the same neighborhood. I don't remember the name of it, but I walked to this church sometimes. In this church, actually, I started giving Catholicism lessons. I was only in third grade, so I'm not sure how that came about, but I remember being in front of the classroom, and I remember having the materials, and I remember having the cross that, Catholic teachers have. And, so I remember all those things, which now that I think of it, I'm like, I was young. But anyway, so that was part of my journey. And then we moved to the United States, and then we came back to Puerto Rico. And um, in the United States, the brief time that I lived here when I was young, my uncles, they were Catholic, so I know that I went to the Catholic church there in Homestead. And then when we went to back to Puerto Rico, we stopped. I don't remember going to any church at that point. So for a long time of my years, my grandma had passed away, so I didn't have any more religion, so to speak. And until, I would say, until my mom, one of the relationships, the last relationships that she had before she died, this person was like a pastor. I want to say, he didn't act like one in the privacy, so that's why I want to use this. But he was born again Christian. So I started going into the church, but I also started going to Barry University, which is a Catholic university. And so that's when everything changed for me, because at the Catholic university, I had to take some, thank you, thank you. Awesome. At the Catholic University, I had to take a few classes on theology, and that's when things started breaking down for me. And my mom's then husband, I was able to discuss these things with him, and I came to the conclusion that uh, the Catholic Church didn't really fit where I saw God anymore. Like, um, and because I understood the history of Catholicism, I now understood that, yeah, we're getting baptized not because kids are gonna go to hell. It was just a way to scare people, and and that sort of thing. So it came out, like I definitely didn't connect with the Catholic Church anymore, and I decided to go into more born again Christian type of thing. And then, I would say last year during the pandemic, 2 years ago, and when my mom passed away, then my cousin took his life, then my marriage ended, then my dad passed away, all within a few months. I went through a transformation where and somehow I found resources and other thought process, and then I now I don't see religion anymore. I don't participate in religion anymore. I don't even know what this is called, but it's spiritual, definitely spiritual. But it's more, and it does use a lot of the things that I learned from my childhood, if that makes any sense. Like like the Ten Commandments, it just makes sense. Like those 10 things in there, not killing, not stealing, those are good how to live manual. If you just follow those 10, honor your mom and your dad. Like if you just follow those, then you're gonna live a good life. You're going to be a good person. You're going to treat people with respect. And so I do believe in the concepts of being a good person and being a good human. I do agree completely with what any religion would have, right? So now what I believe in, and this is where, I changed a lot, is that I believe that everything is energy. We are energy, the trees, everything that we're creating, it's we created with, that we're everything that is in our world, we created it. We are creating it. And blaming other people for our current status is where a lot of people find their pain. So if you're going through a divorce, like it took me a minute to go through, because I've been divorced twice, and it took me a minute to go through both divorces and truly understand where my role was in it. What are the areas that I could have been a different person? I could have treated a certain situation or see it for what it was. I mean, my last marriage, to be honest, it was something that I had to clear out from my childhood, being with a stepdad that was not a, a stepdad that, but that experience brought something in me, which then during the marriage, kind of, I realized that I was not healed from that. So it was something that I had to heal from, forgive from, and just move on with joy, grateful for the lessons, regardless how painful they were. And so those are one of those things that I am still integrating, and forgiving, and forgiveness is such a big part of it. But and if you look at most religions, they talk about that, the importance of the forgiveness. And if you look at the Bible, again, it does, it does say God is going to take care of your battles. And God, to whatever religion or dogma you subscribe to, it's okay. And to me, God is in you, God is in me, God is everywhere. And I am part of God, and you are part of God, and I'm not better than you, and nobody's better than anybody. But we do have different journeys that we're going through, and but part of those journeys are definitely, um, to me, getting into the work that I'm doing with everybody, helping them through the divorce process or helping them with their business. I let basically God, just kind of give me direction as to what to say that will build that person, that will build that business, that will, and so, I mean, I have taken a few businesses from 0 to 100,000 within the first year, and I'm not just me, but basically God and my guides and, angels and whatever, that kind of help me uh, just open up to what is possible. Because a lot of times, and that's something tomorrow's video is going to be about, working with your limits, what you feel is your limit. If you feel, oh, I won't be able to pay the rent, this is what you're creating. You're speaking it. Whatever you speak, whatever you say, if you say, I don't think this marriage is going to work, it's not going to work. It's just not. If you say, well, this is not, and I'm not saying that it's not okay to walk away. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we speak our truth. We speak our what's really what we want, even if we speak what we don't want. God, the universe, paying attention, and it's like they have blindfold. Think of God as having blindfold. He's not hearing, I don't want to be poor. He's hearing, oh, poor. Okay. Done. They don't hear I don't want to. Like God doesn't hear that. He hears poor, he hears bad, he hears pain, he hears, so how we speak, how we express ourselves is even more important than, to me, than you going to church on Sunday and not really gaining anything out of that experience, not truly listening to what the message is there, because God is speaking through the pastors, God is speaking through priests, to you. But are you really taking that in? And that's why, to me, meditation is when God speaks to me. And I do that every day, because if I only do it on Sunday, the amount of overload, you know, it would be incredible. So to me, I do meditate every day, even if it's just a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Even if I just do is take a few deep breaths between phone calls and between work. Maybe when I walk out my dog, and I have and I analyze, okay, what is happening today in my life? Is this something that's serving me? How did I attract that? How is that going to help me be a better person? So sometimes it's not that we attract it, but it needs to happen in order to clear out some karma that you've been building up, or from your past life. And that's another video. But yeah, so this is where I am today. I really thank you for watching. And if you are looking for someone to help you with your divorce online, and you live in Florida, my link is down below. If you're looking for online notary in Florida, again, link down below. And also, if you're looking for have someone to kind of help you work through, you know, a tough moment, moment in your life, or if you're looking for help with your business, with marketing, my link is down below. Okay. Mwah. I love you so much. Big, big hugs. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.